Welcome back to SHIB Planet. Okay guys, let's jump into the future, far into the future, about 8 years into the future in 2030 when the global metaverse will be at its peak. According to a report from techtarget.com, the metaverse economy could aggregate and generate up to $5 trillion in impact by 2030. And this is the future a lot of organizations are currently building towards, including big names like Meta, Facebook, and many others. And so in today's video, we're going to do a simulation. We're going to see what will be Shiba Inu's role in this future virtual economy. I'm going to use publicly available data and insights to project how SHIB The Metaverse could look like from a value point of view. And so just for today, let's forget about the bear market. Let's forget about Sam Bankman-Fried, and let's peer into the future which many organizations are building towards, including this decentralized organization, Shiba Inu. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. We have some new high-res images from the SHIB The Metaverse team. So before I show you these images, I'm going to add some value and remind you guys what we're all building towards. Alright guys, let's get right to it. Alright guys, so why $5 trillion by 2030? Well, 5 trillion represents the total amount of value which the metaverse is expected to bring to the existing economy through future commerce. According to techtarget.com, the metaverse itself as a digital or virtual technology is actually valued a lot lower, anywhere from a few $100 billion to about $1.5 trillion. However, this is expected to enable or facilitate new value in other areas as the metaverse grows. Okay, let me explain it like this. I'm going to compare the metaverse technology to current mobile phone technology. For example, according to Counterpoint Research, global mobile phone sales, they currently gross well over $100 billion a year. However, mobile phones facilitate other new markets like mobile gaming, social media apps, mobile e-commerce, new advertising models, etc. So if you think of the metaverse like a single technology, analysts predict that it will open up a whole new wave of new businesses in the future. So according to this chart here from techtarget.com, it shows the metaverse's role in the future of business. So let me highlight the areas which I can personally see Shiba Inu contributing to. There's a section here called blockchain, commerce, and payments. So as we know, SHIB The Metaverse is going to run on Shibarium, which is the layer 2 blockchain, and part of the Shiba Inu ecosystem is ShibaNet, which is the decentralized marketplace. And Satoshi also, his vision includes many decentralized businesses, similar to Wellies, having a presence both in the real world and also in the metaverse. And other areas to look for Shiba Inu to have an impact in here, they include areas like entertainment, content creation, marketing, and things like community management. So if we take a look at the current Shiba Inu metaverse map, can you see these central hubs here? These spaces, they're located in the middle, and they're allocated to established businesses who can only lease these particular land plots for certain periods of time. So you see, these central areas have already been set aside for the future of metaverse commerce. So you can tell that the Shiba Inu team has been doing its research and strategically placed these areas in the center of each hub to be able to enable businesses which decide to situate here to have the best chance at success. And speaking of which, let's take a look at the most recent artwork, conceptual artwork, which was released for the Dunes Hub. Now this is a spectacular single perspective view of the Dunes Hub, and you can tell it looks a lot like kind of like a futuristic Dubai. And this is just a concept at the moment which they're playing with, but over time all of this is going to get fleshed out into high resolution 3D imagery through the Unreal Engine. And I think we can have full confidence that the final metaverse is going to look awesome, because the SHIB The Metaverse, it's actually being designed and rendered by the same studio which produces the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that studio is called The Third Floor. And I'm personally a huge fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I'm really looking forward to how these concepts are going to be seen, as the months and years come out. And just as a quick recap, here are some of the concept images which we've seen so far over the last few months. You guys can pause each image if you want to take a look at the details, as I've covered them in previous videos. And this final image here is from the Tech Trench Hub. and that was released within the last 12 or so hours, and it looks like a very futuristic environment. So it'll be really interesting when they add more depth to this, and to see what the third floor team and all their developers can can bring to life with this fully 3D rendered out. And now let's do a simulation. If Shiba Inu can manage about 1% of the metaverse's future valuation, let's see how much value that would generate. And to do this, we'll just bring over this calculator over here, and I'm just going to do about 1% of $5 trillion, which is that future valuation. And as you can see, that's an impressive potential $50 billion added to the market cap of Shiba Inu. And if we're going to go this far, we might as well try out a full price simulation. Now check this out. According to leading innovation investor Cathie Wood of ARK Investment, after mainstream adoption, Bitcoin is expected to reach a price of about $1 million by 2030. And it's really quite fascinating how they come up with this number. And I'm not going to go into the details in this particular video, but I suggest you guys look up ARK Investment's research strategy for Bitcoin. So I calculated that for Bitcoin to reach $1 million and factoring in the future circulating supply, Bitcoin would have to have reached approximately $20 trillion, which is about 20 times higher than its current all-time high. And I've also analyzed the relationship between the market caps of both Bitcoin and Shiba Inu. And SHIB currently hovers at around about 1.5 to about 3% of Bitcoin's market cap, depending on whether we're in a bull market or a bear market. And this is calculated simply by dividing SHIB's market cap by Bitcoin's market cap. If you guys look at intotheblock.com, they actually call this the Bitcoin correlation factor or something, and it's just the relationship between any cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And if you've seen previous videos, we do know that Shiba Inu has a fairly strong relationship with Bitcoin. So my future assumptions are just going to assume that we're going to maintain this sort of peg with Bitcoin. So for simplicity, let's see what the market cap of SHIB would be if it had about 2.5% of Bitcoin's future market cap by 2030. And to do this, we'll just bring out our calculator again, and I'm going to do about 2.5% of 20 trillion of the market cap of Bitcoin in 2030. And that's going to take us to about $500 billion. And before you guys dismiss this, remember that at the moment, the market caps of all crypto, they move in tandem with Bitcoin. So that's the assumption which we're making over here. $500 billion by 2030. And so let's jump to our Shiba Inu price simulator. So I'm going to add about $500 billion to our current market cap. So that's 500 billion. And so this would take us to nearly 1/100th of a cent, which is great. But the problem with this calculation is that it doesn't factor in any additional value, which is going to come from, like, over the years, from everything which is going to get built on Shibarium and all the decentralized marketplaces and applications which will inevitably be built on Shibarium. And most importantly, it doesn't factor in any burns. So I'm just going to burn some of this circulating supply. So let's assume that we can burn, and I'll try and be conservative and say by 2030, if we can burn about 10% of today's current supply, and that would take Shiba Inu to about 1/100th of a cent, creating millionaires out of anyone who has a billion or more SHIB. So what do you guys think about that? Remember, this is not a prediction, it's just a simulation which pretty much says that if certain conditions are met, this would be the price. I certainly haven't factored in a lot of those other things which are eventually going to get built on Shibarium. I've done other 1 cent simulations in the past, and if you guys are interested in seeing those and their respective timelines, you can check out my price simulations playlist on YouTube. And that is pretty much it for today's update, guys. I just wanted to show you the recent Metaverse images, but I thought I'd add some value and do some research instead of showing you some images. I'm personally hoping that through Shibarium we can burn a ton of SHIB tokens before 2030, as that would make the 1 cent dream a lot closer. Once again, if you guys like the way I cover the Shiba Inu ecosystem, the best way you can support this channel is by simply hitting the like button and also leaving a comment. Those two actions will help share quality Shiba Inu content with the community. And once again, thank you so much for watching, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.